Thank you, Mr. DeJoy. And before I recognize myself, I'd like to thank you for being here today because I think it's important that we have this honest, frank discussion the American people can understand. And I appreciate the points that you were making about different states having their rights and having their voting deadlines, and that we want to work together to make sure the public knows how they can be consistent with that. Now, we'll begin our questions, and each member will have 5 minutes for the questions and their answers. And when the time turns yellow, you have 1 minute remaining. And first, I will recognize myself. And, I would be remiss if I didn't start off with one that was specifically given to me by my Secretary of State, Frank LaRose. He's indicated that in 2020, the regional sort facility in Detroit experienced significant disruptions to the point that election mail for Northwest Ohio needed to be routed through Cleveland. And so I wonder, Mr. Joy, what has the Postal Service done to ensure that situations like that won't repeat itself in 2024?
So, sir, we are, as you recall, in 2020, the election of 2020, I was here maybe 3 months, right? 3 months. We were at the beginning of the election was in the middle of the pandemic. I would say to you that over the last 10, 11 years prior to me getting there, we had lost over $100 billion, had $20 billion worth of deferred maintenance, had significant turnover. We hired 200,000 people that year. And never raised the top line level of employment at the organization. And we're about to run out of cash in 60 days. 650,000 person organization, about to run out of cash in 60 days. We are not in that position today. We are better. We got a long way to go. But there's been extensive. Our ranks are full. In fact, I'm not looking to hire too many people for peak season because we're fully staffed, because I've converted over 190,000 people to full-time positions. We've invested in our facilities across the nation, close to $16 billion. And our training is extensive. We have significant oversight, both from the Inspector General and our own postal inspection, and me. I meet twice weekly on these processes. And the fact is that we are a system of 31,000 facilities on any given day. Right now, I'm shutting down plants in Florida because of the hurricane. On any given day, we have different issues for different reasons that go on throughout the country, if not throughout the world, and we have to respond to them. And if routing mail to a different location still gets it there 99.9% of the time, we're going to continue to do that. I don't know what the specific issues were in Detroit at the time. Many of them that continue from an ailing system. We're definitely have improved that.
Well, during the 2023 election, the Ohio Secretary of State found flats of mail sent by voters as early as October 24th, 2023, were received by all the boards on or about November 21st, 2023. All these problems trace back to the Cleveland Regional Sort Facility, which services my district. This is well past both the deadline for absentee votes to be counted and estimated U.S. Postal Service standards. Effectively, these voters were disenfranchised because of the USPS failures. How specifically have you enhanced the all-clear procedures you referenced in response to the National Association of Secretaries of State? And can you assure us that these procedures will ensure that that doesn't happen in this upcoming election?
Well, I'm not. I would need the specifics of Cleveland, but our processes are extremely enhanced right now. I've set up an operational precisions group, not just for the election, that has 400 or 500 people around the country going into plants each day. I have a 650,000 person organization. I didn't have an internal audit department, my own internal department. So we've set up processes and procedures to follow reporting and going into plants and look at and checking on and validating the processes that we have. We kicked off an extensive training program back in July throughout the whole system. We have put specific alert. Our operation is broken into 3 different parts: processing and delivery, transportation and logistics, and retail and delivery. And all of those executives and those teams have specific tasks that they need to do within the facilities in terms of how we identify election mail that's being tendered, how it's moving through the process. We have we cleared in the plant at the end of the day. And that goes on to the delivery centers and into transportation, and they are executing that fairly well, pretty well. We have improvements. That's why I'm meeting 2 times a week to go over what the status is. I get reports from the OIG on a weekly basis. I get reports from my own inspection service. So again, I think our goal is to do what we have done before, at least in elections throughout the nation, is to perform highly admirably.
Thank you, Mr. Joy. I now recognize